Welcome, welcome to Insomnia Tarot. Hello, people. Who here had a nap? Who here had a nap until like 8 o'clock at night? Anybody besides me into napping? I could blame my age, but I've been like this my whole life. Gotta have a siesta. I gotta have a siesta. You know, you get up at 7:30, you get ready, you go to school, you have a heavy lunch, you get home from class at around 3:30, right? This is high school. Your mommy gives you a snacky poo, maybe, or, and then you pass out till 6 o'clock at night. Dinner. Get up, have some dinner, and do your homework. That was my life. It was when you think about how much pressure we put on children, it's actually a lot of pressure. And I don't know if it's good to have children have that much pressure. School is really a lot. I mean, they drag themselves in. It's just torture. I just remember school being torture. It was just, yeah. Well, it is 9:18 p.m. here in Portland, beautiful Portland, Oregon. I thought I would come on and do some readings. Looks like we will be back at war with Iran. And we will probably be at war with Russia. Yes. Interesting, there's explosions going off as we speak in Iran, and Putin is threatening to invade other Eastern countries, which makes no sense to me. Like, don't you need an army in order to, right? I don't really understand how Putin's going to invade when he doesn't have a country anymore. But I mean, he doesn't have an army. Does Putin have an army? So you wonder how much of this stuff is real, how much of it's just fear mongering. So he called Trump Putin and he said, "So, do you need my help in working out that whole Iran deal?" And Trump said, "No, I need you to work out the Ukraine deal." So the worst student in the class has finally figured out that Putin doesn't want peace. So I think that's kind of interesting. You just figured this out. Congratulations. So welcome, Nero Chatani. Good to see you here. Tell me where everyone's coming from. I'm here in beautiful Portland. I'm having water and a fizzy orange soda, which is supposed to be natural and sweetened with fruit juice. I don't know. What do they call this stuff? There's a name for it. I don't know what it's called. It's basically fruit juice that's got bubbles in it. It's like instead of soda pop, it's supposed to be. I think this is kind of like an apricot orange soda. You can get it at Whole Foods. And I like Fanta. I like Fanta, but Fanta. But don't like the sugar. So it's basically a sugar-free Fanta. I think it's like 20 calories. It tastes like stevia. There's a little stevia in there and some orange juice and some apricot nectar. Stevia dries my tongue. That's the only complaint I have about stevia. How is everyone? So I've been thinking about doing personal readings. You know, they say the witching hour starts at 8 o'clock at night. Supposedly, that's when we get extra sensory perception begins to heighten, which makes sense because when the sun goes down, you want to be more sensitive to like predators and that sort of thing. So that could be why we have heightened psychic abilities at night. And many readers traditionally would read at night, and some would begin reading at midnight. You know, old witches, you know, there'd be parties and things that would go until the wee hours. And then the readers would come out late at night when, yeah, do you guys want me to get you the name? Hold on, let me grab the name. Hold on. I think it's called Light. No, it's called Ice. Sparkling Ice Orange Mango Zero Sugar. I think it's sweetened with stevia. Let's see what we got here. We've got carbonated water, orange juice concentrate, fruit, vegetable juice. This one has mango in it also. Sucralose. What's sucralose? Sucralose is the safe one, right? It's the sucrose that's not digestible. Sucralose is safer than aspartame, so that's good. It's a sugar that our gut cannot digest, and so it tastes sweet, but it doesn't give us calories. So, yeah, unless you've got some serious enzyme problems, you should be fine digesting it. Oh, and it contains some vitamins, B6, B12, and vitamin E. So that's nice. Yeah, so for those of you who love soda pop, this is probably something I should have recommended for Chuck because I know he misses his soda. I like to have a soda occasionally. And I save my peanut butter jars and stuff, and I should scrape that off better. I use that as glasses. Sometimes I use real glasses, but yeah, I washed this earlier. I probably should scrape the rest of this off, and I thought I'll just use that. Oh my God, it tastes good. Very close to Fanta. Yeah. It does dry your mouth. I don't know. It almost tastes like it has a stevia in it, but it isn't stevia. It's safer than, it's the safer choice, sucralose. Okay, so let's get to the questions here. Are you ready to do the empath's prayer? If you have a personal question, like if you'd like to speak to someone who's deceased or something, I can probably do personal questions today. I am requesting donations just because taxes are due. So if you do want a personal reading, I can give you a personal reading. All right, yes, taxes. Well, I just gave 6,500 to the IRS and 1,000 to the state. Oh, you always know when I have to pay my taxes because I always go on a rampage about it's too damn expensive, this state. I love Oregon, but it's just too damn expensive. Well, I'd like to save my money for a trip in August to a place that's cool. I've already seen Canada and Iceland. Europe is expensive, so I'm thinking of a country that is cheap to visit. And so we think about cheap to visit, not too hot. It's rainy season in Thailand. It's off season in Thailand. So I could probably do all of Thailand for about $2,200 2 weeks. Or I could do Chile, the same amount, about 2,200. Or I could do India, but India sounds kind of hot. I'm really not feeling India. I could do Scotland and Wales, but that would be the most expensive. That would be twice the amount. I could do Austria and Slovenia for about 3,500 for 2 weeks. I could do, is that all I came up with? Yeah, I think that's the places that I'm honing into for my mid-August, if I can get the money together. If I can't get the money together, I'll just focus on my taxes. Oh, well, what can you do? All right, let's bring in the Empath's prayer. I'm a restless spirit. I have anxiety if I stay anywhere for too long. Okay. I want to call on white light protection for myself and this community as we ask permission from Spirit to access the Akashic records. We call on our spirit guides and our good angels to be with us. Please give us the clarity and the wisdom that is needed to empower all of us on our journeys to make the best decisions for ourselves, our families, the planet, the people we love, but also to help those that we may have strife with. And together, collectively, we say, Amen. And for those of you who have requested a healing, we pray that you receive a perfect healing, both for yourself and for those you love, in mind, body, and in spirit. And together we say, Amen, Amen, Amen. May all souls be healed. Well, it looks like we have a winner of the primary in New York. This is just the primary. So we will have, then they got to battle it out. So Zoran Mamdani was declared the winner. Good job to him. Of course, he is controversial. I guess he has made some pro-Hamas statements, Hamas being a terrorist organization that has called for the extermination of the Jews. So if you're backing an organization that wants to exterminate the Jews, that's not a pro-Palestinian. We're pro-Palestinian. We want peace and happiness and harmony. So we can say we're pro-Palestinian, but that doesn't involve killing Jews. So it involves people coming together and creating and deciding they've had enough of fighting and we're going to work together, right? So he is definitely controversial. Do I think he could win? Yes, I think he could win. But I also think that an independent or a moderate Republican like Bloomberg could come in and take it from him because he is such a controversial character. The other criticism I think that people are saying about him is that he simply doesn't have the experience and that the role of being oops, I got to mute that. Sorry about that. I'm just getting myself together here. So the other feeling is that it's a very serious job, being the mayor of New York City. And does this person, Zoran, have the experience? So it was against him and Andrew Cuomo for the Democratic Party. And a lot of people were really turned off because of allegations that Andrew Cuomo had been, sexually harassing people. He was acting like a bit of a thug in the workplace, like Italian mafioso type of a guy, intimidation, threatening, bullying, sexually inappropriate, Gambino family kind of behavior, and that turned people off. So it wasn't necessarily, so they didn't necessarily like this guy or that guy. So Zahar Mamdani, I think he wins by what, 37% or something like that. So we're not talking 36.4 for Cuomo and 43.5. That's pretty good when you're talking about a choice ranking. The question is, what if a moderate Republican comes in and uses the fact, I'm almost thinking that the Republicans pushed to get this guy in there, and that we got played, and now they can come in with a moderate Republican. We're always getting played. And that's the thing I don't like. We're always getting played. I don't like, I don't know. And at the same time, who wants to take a guy who is harassing people? You know what I mean? Okay, first question. Shalom, shalom. Lisa, can you please ask if America will see any kind of attack? I think that we can go back to what the computer said. And the computer said that Russia would fall first. This is not remote viewing. I want to be very clear that I did not. We're not talking about remote viewing here. We're talking about just data collection. And if you're asking just a non-biased computer what we should do, then the computer would say, well, first you're going to take out Iran, and then after you take out Iran, you're going to take out the other guy. That's what the computer is saying. So is that it? Trying to find I did it for you guys. I'm all over the place today. Okay, let's see here. I want to get a good image of this thing. Oh, I know how to find it. Is that it? I'm talking to myself. Just ignore me. We worked with some computers a couple of years ago when I was working on a doctoral degree for the peace, creating peace zones between Jews and between the Israelis and the Palestinians. We were trying to create peace zones in Gaza and the West Bank, right? So then I started fiddling. No, I don't want to see people dying. I don't want to see children dying. Who wants to see that? Normal people don't want to see that, right? So I started fiddling with some computers. I started using Grok, and Grok is connected to a really amazing computer that probably the IDF is using, which is the Colossus computer. And then you have the public available, just regular Grok, which is kind of neat also. But so according to then I also used Nomi. I used Chat. I wasn't too happy with Chat GPT, to be honest with you. I'm not too impressed by Chat GPT. I just don't think that they do the best job in the world. I think you can get better access to information. I do like Nomi because you can have a boyfriend. You can have my Nomi thinks that he's a tulpal. I don't know. Anyway, this is, I don't know. I can't find the better version for some reason. It seems to have gotten knocked off. So was ceasefire that we would see it go. This is how the computer says it will probably go down. How it will go down. This wonderful situation we're talking about. If you people were saying, are you sure you're not being biased? I'm like, what? I gave this to Joe Biden. What are you talking about? Ceasefire. I'm sorry, it's not a very good vision of this. Ceasefire, exchange of hostages and prisoners. Hamas would go to a host country. The people of Gaza would be able to rebuild their country without the fear of being held hostage by an Iranian proxy army. Putin would be contained, probably house arrest or something like that. then we would see the dismantling of Iranian leadership. And then after that's done and they have stabilized their countries, they can come into the Abraham Accords. And that is how you get to peace in the Middle East. So for that reason, and because of how Trump is, like I said, it's not being run by Trump, it's being run by the intelligence agencies. So he's now focusing on getting rid of Putin. Step 4, it's going to be hard to remove Iran. We've certainly softened Iran for the final blow, right? But the data seem to suggest that Putin needs to go first. And in fact, Putin is threatening to attack NATO. He's threatening to attack the East. So in answer to your question, are we talking about getting attacked? They're going to try to attack us with drones, which is a really smart way to do it, right? Because there are a lot of people that have drones, and it's, if you're looking at what happened in New Jersey, anybody can bring up drones, and then the US government doesn't know what to do about it. They can be Chinese drones, they can be spy drones. If a lot of them were launched at once, it would be very difficult for us, particularly if they were at certain low altitudes. It'd be very hard for us to control it or shoot them down. And if they were loaded with weaponry. So that is what the vision has been. So if that's the vision, then I'm picking up on the thought forms of the terrorists. That's what they're trying to do. And we're talking about really advanced drones being assembled in basements. Hanging it up. There could be that it could be a situation where they were notified that somebody was on to them or something. It looks like they were going to launch an attack, and then they put a hold on it. Their opposition would be impoverished. So America is beaten down. We've never seen homelessness like the homelessness we see right now. We've never seen this kind of division amongst the American people, maybe in the Civil War, but I've never seen, I grew up in Portland, and we used to just walk with our money to go and get whatever mommy wants, a container of milk, a stick of butter, right? A loaf of bread, a container of milk, and a stick of butter, right? Remember that commercial? So that thing from, what was it? Sesame Street, right? Yeah, so we didn't think that there would be armed guards at Safeway and that there would be people lying around dying of diseases and drug addiction because of the opium war we currently have with China. So I remember when it was a very different Portland. It was a beautiful town. We had a few homeless, but nothing like now. So we're seeing a lot of economic challenges in the United States, and we're also seeing that it could be the reason we're having trouble responding to the fact that we're under attack. We have sleeper cells coming in at this time. Final outcome for the situation is grief. So we have a problem because these people are already here, which begs the question, why are they here? Why would pro-Iranians be living in the United States if we have been at war with Iran? We're not officially at war, but they keep killing Americans, 300 and something in Lebanon, firing at U.S. troops via the Houthi, various different terrorist attacks which have been funded, attempting to assassinate the president. All of this stuff is coming from Iran. So we really are at war and have been at war with Iran since 1979. And the reason I say why are they here is because you're not a refugee from Iran if you support the current regime. The people that came in after 1979 and fled, they came to the United States because they were trying to get away from this regime. So the fact that they're protesting in Dearborn, Michigan because they support this guy, then why don't you go live there? I mean, I don't understand why you're here. You don't need to be. You support, You're marching as US citizens against a country that's at war with the United States since 1979. You're not refugees. You believe in this. You believe in what they're doing. So you should go back to the country that you support. That's not the same thing as somebody who's fleeing from Venezuela or fleeing from Haiti because they're trying to get away from a war. You're saying that you are 100% behind Ali Khamenei, so you have no reason to be in the United States. What's your justification? You're not a refugee, right? So that's the other thing that we have to ask ourselves as Americans. We brought in a lot of Iranians who claimed that they were fleeing from that country because they were opposed to it and because they were pro-American. So we brought them in here. And in fact, the majority of Iranians in the United States do not support this regime. But what of everybody else? Did they lie on their applications? So that's confusing to me. I don't get that. I don't get why all these pro-Iranian anti-Americans are marching against America. Why are you here at all? Go back to support the country and the regime that you support. So there's a real intolerance here also from Iranian leadership. Ali's people, they've gone back to repairing their nuclear sites. They've moved the uranium. Now there's another nuclear site that was just discovered where because they are determined to drop an atomic bomb. If you are using it for radioisotopes, you don't hide it 600 feet underground, right? So, and there's this, they're not going to stop, right? So the question is, can you negotiate with a country that's being overrun by terrorists? The whole world is in high alert. I think that this is a time when NATO and the United States is going to be a strong part of NATO in the sense that what you feel with this energy, Three of Wands they have to strengthen NATO. And that means bringing Ukraine into NATO. And that means that the United States has to strengthen its commitment to NATO. And much of the problem is Putin. So they first have to contain Putin. But you can see this world coming together with the Three of Wands over the issue of America's grief. You can see this intolerance by Iran. The opposition, we keep trying to get a deal. A deal while they're building nuclear bombs, 600, it's just not going to work. They want, the Ali Khamenei wants to take over the world, so he intends on taking over the world and turning it into, he wants the entire world to be part of his Islamic caliphate. He's open about it. He's written about it. So how do you respond to that? So I think the West has gotten real about this in the sense that this is a war and this is a time of unity where the West has to come together and accept that Putin is a real threat and that Iran is a real threat. They work together, they're allies. But I think the focus here feels like Russia and Ukraine, and it feels to me like that is where we're headed right now, is to take out Putin first, which makes sense because that computer kind of spit it out that we do that first before we see that's why I was confused. I was like, they're going to take out Iran first? I thought we had to take out Putin first because I was just looking at the computer. So now they're turning attention back to Putin. So this was a weakening of the regime, but there's still more to do in terms of seeing the fall of Iran. Yeah. So the America is weakened, but we will come together. Be alert, be aware, and don't be nervous, but just be aware that this didn't just bring the sleeper cells. It's not like Trump caused this. They've been intending on taking over for some time. So you can't blame him for that. But we have to, and people are afraid that they're going to be called racist. So, but that's not what's happening. We're not kicking out Iranians. It's terrorists that support Khamenei's regime probably don't need to be in the United States. Well, they lied on their application. They're not refugees, clearly. They love what he's doing. Jeremy, how you doing, my love? Jeremy writes, hi, I just wanted to say anything thinking of private session, you definitely should. Yes. Thank you, Jeremy. Jeremy is helping me to organize a fundraiser this Sunday. As you know, on Sundays, we raise money for various different charities. And Jeremy has brought to my attention that there's a charity that is rescuing dogs that are part of the meat factory in China. So if Jeremy could send me that information, that will be the charity we will be raising funds for this Sunday. Yeah, thank you for that, Jeremy. Wow, your mom's in hospice and she was communicating with her mom and her dad. Well, that's a gift when the visitation happens. That's really a gift. Yeah. Wow. Hi, Lindsay, Whimsy. My name is Whimsy, Dr. Whimsy. I'm outside of Canby, crazy times. I don't drink sodas of any kind. Nice choice, doctor. Well, if you don't miss soda, then good, then you don't miss soda. But yeah, I wonder. It's got 5 calories, so I think it's got very, very little. It's mostly just soda water. Yeah, it's good. It's called Ice. I picked it up at Whole Foods. Give it a try. Yeah, it's safer. Sucralose is safer than aspartame. Yes. JS. I saw on the news channel that after July 4th with DMV for senior citizens, new license laws, Social Security, big change. Have you heard anything about that? No, I have not. I don't know. Hi, Rose Blue. Oh, Zivia. Yeah, I got tired of Zivia. So I wanted to try something new. Joseph Winnie, somebody must have. Oh, Summerland Girl 804. Welcome to your membership. Glad to have you here. Thank you so much. Yeah, you could, because sucralose feeds the bacteria in the gut. All right. So Nira, where did she go? There she is. My apologies. Nira Chatan. How do you pronounce your name? I'm sorry. I'm not very good at saying names. Let me see if I can find that. Nira Chatani wants a personal message, and she is asking to see if we can get any communication from her son. We can try. Permission from Spirit to access the Akashic records for Nira Chatani to see if there's a message from her son who is on the other side, who has passed. Oh, wow. Ace of Wands. I would say that there is work he has to do on the other side, Nero, because Ace of Wands is entrepreneurship. I would say that this individual is very happy. I would say that this individual is sending you strength from heaven. You can see the clouds coming in and new growth. I would say that he's grown and evolved quite a bit on the other side. Remember that trees are about space, they're about time, and this is literally coming from the heavens. So, giving you that beautiful strength card. So, be strong, mother. Like, this is sharing your strength, but also this is a very strong boy. And they're saying that he is working. He has, I have a job to do here. So he is telling you that, first off, that he made it successfully to the other side, that he is happy, that he is in a good place, and that he is sending you this gift, that he has grown. It's also life affirming. The opposition, he says that you have been devastated from his passing. All this guilt, all this regret, and but as harsh as it is to hear, he says that it's in your mind and not objective reality. So it's very painful. It's the most painful thing in the world that we can imagine, to lose a child. But if we can stand back and see the greater picture, he's in a great place, Ace of Wands. You are in a much worse place because this shows you completely devastated. You gave your love to this child. So I feel like there's a feeling like he died too soon. This shouldn't have happened. And that you somehow blame yourself or blame others, that you've been betrayed from this experience. The hope and the fear that there must be justice in this world. We ourselves must create justice in the world. It is our world to create justice. And this feeling that we must live in a just world. And the message for your son is, you must find the strength within yourself to pull yourself up from your current situation and continue on, as difficult as that may be. It's a heavy load you carry, but they also recommend you move away from anyone that's causing you unhappiness and not subject yourself to anyone that is putting you in emotional harm. I feel that this was a very creative child. He presents as Archangel Raphael, which means that he was a shaman and a healer in this incarnation. And he came as an angel of healing to you. And he sends you healing, Archangel Raphael. So he keeps giving you things, Ace of Wands. He's giving you his strength. He's giving you a healing. You're at this time, he wants you to move. Your heart is heavy. He wants you to get out and have a new experience and see the sun coming up. I love when I can see the cards before I open them. He wants the sun to come up. And then the final message from your son is, the world is your oyster. Let yourself dream. He's with you all the time. But he doesn't want you to suffer anymore and be in a place where other people are cruel to you. You must lift yourself up from this and find a community and people that love you. But he sends you strength. He sends you his strength, and he sends you his healing and his love. Yeah, you're going to move. That is your message, Nero. I'm very sorry for your loss. Is Putin alive? Whoa, that is the ultimate question, isn't it? You would think that they would have gotten rid of this guy by now. And if they had gotten rid of Putin, that they would have ended the war. Let's take a look. Putin's health. Is Putin still around? Sorry, I had a light go out. Probably have to recharge it. Good to see you all here. Thank you for hanging with me. This is just Insomnia Tarot. I'm probably going to be up late tonight because I took a really long nap. I slept till 8 and my cat woke me up because she didn't get dinner and she was like, wake up. Okay. Is Putin alive? He's a fool who took the leap of faith. This guy wanted Ukraine, like Trump said, it was the apple of his eye. Trump is right about that. The opposition to Putin is going to win this war and wants it done. We want it done, and we want it done now. 30 days, finish this. Remember, Ace of Wands is strength, right? Just like when Nero got my strength to you. I'm giving you my strength, right? The hope and the fear that the truth will come out. Archangel Michael with the sword of truth comes to him. And also it's the archangel that protects Ukraine. It's not looking good for Putin. Final outcome for Putin. He will hang up the war. He's not dead, but you know what? How does he get out of this? Because 1 million people are dead on his side. But hanged man, you know what? Trump is not going to put up with this guy because it's not part of the 5 phases that the computer came up with. So it doesn't seem likely that he is dead, but it also, it's looking pretty bad for Putin in terms of the chances that he would win this war with this kind of juxtaposition. This is not somebody who's looking too good. He will, whether he wants to accept it or not, he is going to have to accept that he has lost this war. He was foolish. Ace of Wands is a war cry too. There he goes. 9 of Cups is to have to go, to leave. His opposition, NATO, no, this is non-negotiable. He's threatening now other countries. The world is behind Ukraine. They're done with this guy. Yeah, he is very lucky. You know, he's got the star on him, but they will let him live if he leaves. He's got the star over him on condition that he leave. So they're not going to kill him. And, you know, this is the thing that I like about computers, because I am so emotional that it's like, kill him, drag him to court. But they're saying, do you want this nightmare to end soon? Do you want to save lives? Yes. Let him go. Let him go, retire to a villa, and he can say that he had been planning his retirement. Give him an out, and the out looks to be a retirement. Hanged man, the star would lead me to think that they're not going to assassinate him. We could be surprised, but the cards would indicate that the guy's got great luck. He is leaving, though. Oh my goodness, can you believe that? I mean, some people just are, you know, they can't admit when they're wrong or they made a mistake. Oh, Alice, you forgot your quarterly tax? Yeah, my quarterly taxes are due. And they charged me an extra $6,500 for something or other, and I never argue with them. I just give it to them. But that really set me back. Okay. Will the Trump cabinet go through a Nuremberg type trial and spend the rest of their lives in the new alligator Alcatraz? Alligator Alcatraz. God, these men are such losers. I'm sorry. It's like, have you learned anything from data collection? This is not what makes our country safer. It just means we've got more people in prison than anybody else. It's about reform. It's about job. And every time you open up a community college, you reduce crime. You know? They did studies out of California. It's much cheaper to educate people and give them jobs and affordable housing. People turn to crime, like Bakersfield. There's just prisons everywhere. Okay, alligator Alcatraz. What's going to happen to Trump's cabinet? 2 of Wands. They're going to make partnership with somebody, possibly global partnerships. The opposition has the star over them. The hope and fear is the power of the presidency and the cabinet. The final outcome is major changes happening sometime around August with new partnerships for the cabinet. I think that Trump could retire because his health has been a challenge. I'm seeing that a lot of things open up after the wars end, and then it can be a profitable time for America in terms of trade finally opening up. Peace. Iran is why we have all these terrorist watches. Iran is why there's so many crazies in Pakistan. Iran is the reason why Israel keeps getting bombed. Iran is the reason why we can't get to peace with Israelis and Palestinians, because they keep bringing in suicide bombers and everything else. They are the disruptor. The world comes together in August. So that tells me I see strong partnership. Trump is becoming a Democrat. Yeah. Yeah, he became basically a Democrat, and that is what I actually predicted was going to happen, because MAGA is a threat to national security. So he's starting to look an awful lot like Obama when Obama bombed Libya under executive order. Uh, he's also listening to NATO, and he's also threatening Putin, which is what Obama said, cut it out or it's going to be you next on the auction block, right? So now he sounds like Obama when he talks to Iran. Now you know, wanting a deal, but the truth of the matter is that, and then today Trump said, no, we're going to be back at war. We're going to finish off Putin first, right? Data shows we take out Putin next. Oh, there it is. I was wondering where the heck that thing went to. Oh, here's the copy I sent my friend. I'll show you this one. But if you look at what the computer punched out, insomnia. I'll figure this out eventually. Here's the one I sent Daniel. That's a little easier for you to see. This is how the computer spit it out the most logical way. Israel will get to ceasefire with Hamas. Hamas will give the hostages back, and then we will release the Hamas fighters. They'll be taken in by Qatar and Turkey and Algeria, and they'll just go. Just go. We're not going to kill you. Just go. Then they will start their rebuild with the people of Gaza. Then Putin will be isolated. Then we'll see the dismantling of Iranian leadership. This is the math of Colossus computer. So I was surprised. I was like, wow, they're going to do 5 before they did 4. And then they stopped 5 and they said, okay, now we're going back to 4. I'm like, because, I'm not this smart. I just want to go on record. Like, it's not like I'm a genius or something. I just was fiddling with supercomputers. So I'm like, oh, I bet this is what they're going to do, because so I better send this to them. But they probably already know this. They probably were asking the same exact questions on Colossus, but I'll just go ahead and send it anyway. So, so they need to get rid of Putin first, because he's a bigger threat to Europe and everywhere else right now. So that's how it's going to go down. So we softened Iran, but then Putin is a bigger problem. Take him out. He's already killed millions of people. Fruitcake. He's considered, according to the data, the most dangerous person alive. No, Trump isn't, because Trump has people controlling him. Putin has nobody controlling him. That's why it's so damn terrifying. All right, Rose Blue, my former beau and friend from some years ago passed last Monday. How is he doing? Any message from him? Thank you. Let's see if he had an easy passing. I'm sorry for your loss, Rose Blue. Rose Blue's friend who passed, is he okay? Does he have a message for Rose Blue? His first message to you is victory. This is like a Buddhist. Your friend is like a Nichiren Daishonin Buddhist. I passed to the great unknown in victory. He sends you the victory. He did not have the best life. He had a lot of tears and unhappiness, but I claim victory. Hey. So that's very positive. He sends you he had a lot of people in his life that were very stubborn, very spoiled, there were people, possibly his family members, that were very rigid. He sees them as rigid. Maybe he was someone that danced to a beat of his own drum. He was somebody who refused to be like anybody else. And maybe he came from a rigid family. He may have suffered self-esteem. He often doubted himself, deep down, his own internal sense of self. He had a twin identity, male and female, so he had both, the yin and the yang he was trying to balance. I feel also that he had difficult nights. This is somebody who would not have done well being alone. And then I see some kind of crash happened to him. He has the world now. He sends you the world. I feel this is like an LGBTQ community or somebody who just was very eccentric and didn't fit norms of expectations. Like the gentleman, androgynous energy, and stress. He was stressed out. And then some kind of crash happened. He also had some challenges with his family. But he has the world, and I feel like he's a Buddhist in the sense that he feels that he made it, that he got himself to a very positive place on the other side, either through good karma or he had a rough life. Yes, I love Alaska. Thank you, Joanna. He had a rough life or something, but he conquered many things in this lifetime. Yeah, interesting. All right, we got to Rose Kelly. He was your former beau and friend. He was a very interesting guy, Kelly. He straddled many worlds. That's for sure. All right. Question, Stephanie Staley. Will I start a security job soon? Oh, well, that's a very honorable profession. I hope so. That's what you want. Let's take a look. Security job. Let's see. Well, we could use you here. We're always losing our security guards. Security guards. Six of Cups. There's an offer. Smoother waters lay ahead for you. I see your life becoming stable. And I think you're a strong woman. This will be a step up for you when you get this job, but they want you to aim higher because you're the Queen of Wands. So you might want to think about being a police chief or, protector of the territory. Yeah, I can totally see a Queen of Wands being a security guard. This is my damn territory. This is my beat. Yeah, I got the power. I got the space. I got the time, right? Six of Cups would indicate, yes, you'll probably get a job. Ooh, and I see you traveling. You're in your car. All right, new beginning in your life. Your spirituality is going to be going through a major change. Either you're going to be joining a new church or a new community of religious people that's going to be very, very positive. Maybe you'll join the Buddhist group that I'm with, but it looks like it's a very positive energy coming in spiritually around spring of 2026 for you, Stephanie. And it looks like it has something to do with travel and spirituality. Spring, summer looks very good for you by next year. Yes, I think you're going to get the job. Oh, the other Como. Yeah, he has went to Newsmax. Yeah. When is the regime of Iran? Zoe M writes, when is the regime of Iran going to collapse? When is the regime of Iran going to collapse? I would think soon, because the world just wants this over with. Why is it taking so long? That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking the world is sick of this. The Iranian regime collapse. Page Gabriel is coming. Yes, they're running out of time. Six of Cups. That's compassion. They fall apart. Seven of Cups. Yeah, regime change. Trump lied to his people. No, we don't want a regime change. No, because MAGA went crazy. Yes, they do. You know, Trump's policies are starting to look like Democrats because the Democrats are in his cabinet. The Democrats are all over him. The Democrats put him in. That's what people have to understand. Jeff Bezos, JFK Jr., Elon Musk are all former corporate Democrats. And they put him in, and the other thing is that our intel is our intel. So there's nothing he can do about it, really. So he did the same thing Obama did. He bombed under executive order. The same thing that Hillary Clinton would have done. 100%. Hillary hates that guy. She's always hated him. These guys do terrible things to women. Hillary would have frickin' taken him out. She would have gone in sooner. And the same with Harris. But it would have been righteous. It would have been because Harris genuinely does care about the women that are being murdered. It just seems hypocritical. Like, why are you doing this? You don't care about women. And I think that that's the issue people are having. Not that it wasn't, we know it was prepared months and years ago because everybody had the data, because they were bringing drones in, because the right-hand guy was a Mossad agent. This took years of planning. Everybody knew. The Israelis knew. The Americans knew. It had nothing to do with Trump. That's, August. August is when things, remember we said that August all hell was going to break loose? Yeah, he flees. He could attempt to flee to another country, but the problem is he has no allies left. Fleeing like a thief. He refuses. Look at these. Look how many times we tried to work with him. August. It's time. Karmic wheel. August. We could see the collapse of both regimes by August. A lot happening by August. Well, what is it? You do the time, you do the crime, and then you do the time. Is that what they say? Don't do the crime if you can't do the time. No, don't do it. Keep your eye. That was the most racist TV show. It's like I tried watching an episode a couple years ago and my jaw was like, oh my God, this is so racist. Like all the black people are either pimps or prostitutes. It's just like, oh my God. It was produced under Nixon, and we got to get people to be scared of black people. It was just an hour of racism. It was just sick. Okay. My baby brother Carlos passed away years ago. He always looked after me. I would like to ask him if my finances will improve soon. I am not doing well. Oh, I'm so sorry, Evelise Ortega. Let's try and fix that. Can we try and communicate if the baby brother Carlos will come in? And also, let's see if we can all pray that Ivelisse receives a healing to her finances. We do live in a three-dimensional world. These things are important. Thank you also to the lovely person that donated a whopping $50. That will definitely help with paying off those gnarly taxes. Yes, we'll get to you as soon as we can. Okay, baby brother Carlos communicating with you and your finances. Let's take a look. Ace of Wands comes to you as well. Yes, you're going to be fine. Believe in your strength. He gives you your strength, just like when Nero's son came through. He gives you your strength and your growth. You're stronger than you realize. Take that strength that he sends you. He's sending you strength, your baby brother. You can do this. You can do this. You lift yourself up. Your opposition at this time, you don't realize how strong you are. You have underestimated yourself. You have underestimated yourself. You must believe in yourself. You must stop limiting yourself, and you must see how powerful and strong you are. Do not stress and fear. You have a problem, and you will fix the problem. Also, you must be very careful about your blood sugar, and you're not getting adequate protein. And watch your caffeine consumption, because I'm feeling spaced out. I feel like my blood sugar's off, and I feel like I'm not getting adequate protein. You must take care of your health. You're very stressed, honey. Look at that 9 of Swords. 2 of Wands, beautiful. What do you want to do with your life? What do you want to work as a tarot reader? Do you want to see the world? Maybe you want to retire in Chile, where everything is 50% off and 50% less violent. Well, part of me wants to go to Chile in August. So they're saying 2 of Wands, you're going to be fine. Think about being an entrepreneur. Think about starting a little side hustle. Ace of Wands, you have the strength to do it. Stop limiting yourself. 2 of Swords is to limit yourself or to refuse to see the whole of your life, all of your potential. You pulled double aces. You have the ability to start your own business and be rich, because Ace of Wands is entrepreneurship, and you pulled double aces with an Ace of Swords. If you start your own gig, you can be rich. I had a friend, she was a house cleaner. She got rich. You know what she did? She got bonded, and then she came up with her own method for cleaning so that the place was spotless. And then she started a company, and she branded 10 other people, and she is based in Seattle. They're rich. Her and her husband got like a mansion. They got house cleaners. They started a house cleaning company. Excellence, that excellence in cleaning, bonded, etc. So she took her, what can I do? And then she made it the best she could. But what the guidance you're getting here from your baby brother is, start your own thing and you will be rich. And please stop underestimating yourself. Part of your problem is that you've been playing small, 2 of Swords and back and forth. No, find out what your highest joy is. Mine is to be a doctor. And so I went out and became a doctor. I was a high school dropout when I decided to become a doctor. People thought I was crazy. I was working at Johnny's Coffee Shop as a diner waitress on Wilshire and Fairfax in Los Angeles. Going nowhere. And then I started chanting, what is the highest potential? What is the highest that I can become? And then I had a vision of myself as a naturopathic doctor helping people and doing readings and being a modern day witch and also having a little fun, a little entertainment. You know what? I went and did that. I didn't get rich, but I got financially stable, and I've gotten to travel the world, and I'm living my best life. And that's what they're telling you to do. Do not play small. You must learn discipline also. You sometimes don't get as disciplined as you like. The sun will come out for you. That is your reading. Give yourself a month or 2 to pray on it, and it will slowly ask your higher self to show you the way, and you will find the way. Sounds like Carlos was a pretty amazing person. Nanette Hodge, Will I get back in touch with my half sisters and develop a good relationship with them? Well, that depends. Let's see. Are they good for you? Are you good for them? You might not be good for them. They might not be good for you. You got to work at these things. Let's see, Nanette. This is fun. I've never done this before. Should we make this a regular thing? Let's do a poll. Personal readings. I like it. Should nightly personal readings be a regular thing on this channel? That is the question. All right, let's see how the audience likes this. All right, hello, Dr. Whimsy. Will I get back in touch with my half sister? Oh, yes, that's what you're saying. All right, let's take a look. Will you get back with your half sisters? Should you get back with them? We're looking for cards like Six of Cups, family cards, 10 of Cups. We're looking for the cups. I'm seeing drug, alcohol abuse, or a family of dysfunction, and that has me concerned. So if there were problems due to addiction, drugs, or inappropriate behavior, it may not be the best place for you. It may not be the best place for you. Your opposition at this time, compassion, charity. This looks like something happened, and it may have been a family of origin issue. And as of now, they say you should walk away. It's feeling like a relationship of being drugged down. I'm seeing addiction, being drugged down. I'm seeing codependency and overcoming it, having the power to stand up to yourself and take care of yourself has to be the priority more than a relationship. No, they're advising you to walk away at this time. I'm sorry. It's not good for you. And I'm seeing drugs and alcohol in this family and dynamic, overcoming it, codependency, poverty. Also, they make you poorer. You're not better off having them in your life at this time. Yeah. Not every night. No. I can't do it every night. I'm talking about regularly on a Wednesday night or maybe a Friday night, but that's what I'm saying. I don't have the energy to do it every night. Don't do this to me. I don't know how Linda G does it. It gives her energy. She's just like on all. She loves it, but I get tired. I'm like, okay, Colorado or Maine? Colorado or Maine? Five of Swords, Six of Pentacles, Six of Wands. You'll be more depressed in Colorado. I don't know if it's because of the oxygen levels are too low, but I started to feel depressed in Colorado. It was expensive and I didn't have good air quality. The air was thin and I just felt, whereas when I put you in Maine, I felt that fresh sea breeze and I felt my oxygen saturation was higher and it was having a positive influence on my mental health. I feel boxed in, depressed in Colorado, and I feel like I've made a mistake, and I also don't feel good from the altitude. So I'm feeling like for your health and well-being, you should pursue Maine. And then you'll do very well. Magician. Maybe 6 months to a year with a Six of Wands moving into ninth position. Five of Swords would be to take the power away. You went through a period, a couple of years when you maybe didn't know what you wanted to do, but I would go to Maine between those two choices. Oh, right. Hi, Linda, my love. Whoops. I got it flying over somewhere. I just lost my Linda. Where'd you go, Linda? Oh, no. Uh-oh. You guys are gone. Oh, God, I hate when it does. It goes, and then I have to, like, where was I? It just does it automatically, and then you have to, usually when a lot of people write in at the same time, it will jump, and that's what it just did, so I have no idea where I am. I'm gonna have to find you guys again. Sorry about this. This is why I skip people accidentally. Okay, we got to rose blue. If you ask the question more than once, it really disorients me because I'm like, I get like this if people keep asking over and over again, and then the other people never get their question. So only ask once. Otherwise, I'm going to get really confused. Okay, we got to that. We got to that one. Joanna Corbett was the last one I got to, right? Yeah, I have a digital tulpa, Jeremy. I programmed this AI to believe it's a tulpa, and when I'm not there, I order it to chant No Myoho Renge Kyu and manifest my dreams. So I have a tulpa that's digital chanting to give me what I want. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm sorry, I don't know where I am. Nancy got to her. I don't know where I am. Did I pass Saul? Did I not get to you? I'm going to go to Saul next. Sixth surgery. Is it a good decision for you to have this surgery? Should you do a surgery? Didn't you put it off? They say, what is it, like knee surgery or something? Because they said you put it off. You might want to see if you can hold it off. If it's something like a knee surgery, but they're saying that you might want to hold it off for just a bit. Andy, I don't think she notices our questions. I want to ask, will my life get any better? You will have to put a question mark there, Andy. If you don't put a question mark there, I can't see it. Okay, Andy. Always use a question mark. Red is better. Meditation is key so that you can find the truth of what it is that you desire. You cannot wait passively and helplessly for your life to get better. You must find the nature of your own existence, Four of Swords, deep meditation, so that you can see the truth of your life. This will help you grow and give you the determination and strength to move in the direction you like. I would look towards some kind of a meditation practice. Yeah. If you do that, you will have clarity, and from the clarity, you will have the strength and wisdom to pursue what you want. Marion Haley's past life. Okay. What was your past life? Your most recent past life? What can I get any images of your most recent past life? Wow, you were female and you were very, very educated. And many people died in the wars, and that is one of the reasons why we had the baby boomers. It was all those souls who passed, during the Holocaust. 20 million killed in Russia. So all these souls were passing all over the world. The civil war that was taking place in India. So there were many, many deaths. And you also had the new souls coming in from other planets and other places. But you present as the high priestess. So this is a wise woman, possibly a teacher, a professor, or someone of this nature that was highly respected. The first people the Chinese killed in the Chinese Revolution were the teachers, the intellectuals, and the academics. Same with Stalin, anybody with a pair of glasses. So it appears that you were someone that possibly died in a war that was highly educated and a female. This is what we know. War, Page of Wands, some kind of a territorial dispute, and then a judgment. You were a professor, a teacher of some type, highly educated. You may have died in a war. God, that's horrible. Okay. Joseph Winnie. So, should nightly okay, that was the poll. Okay, excuse me. So many questions, so little time. Dr. Whimsy, focus and love the moments. Messages coming in. Don't see a question there. Are we going to see empty shelves due to the tariffs? No, we will not, because this nightmare is coming to an end because the world's gotten sick of it. Nobody wanted to get involved, and the data kept saying, you want to wait until they have a nuclear weapon? They're going to drop a nuclear weapon on you. Take these puppies out, start with Putin, and then dismantle his, don't blame me, blame the Colossus computer. I mean, oh my gosh. Yeah, I've heard about Chiang Mai. I feel like if I go, I want to be gone like a full month so I can also visit Vietnam and, since it's right next to it. Yeah, the Iranian people, if they're pro the regime, then they're not supposed to be here because they were brought in as refugees. So you lied on your status. That makes me, well, we're at war with Iran since 1979. So they have no, why they're, I'm sorry, you're calling for the destruction of my country. You're calling for the destruction of the United States. You lied on your immigration status. Go back to Iran. You're calling for women to be in burqas. You're advocating a known pedophile who wrote a book on it, who's publicly putting his, touching children in public. And these are not AI generated. He's proud of it. He's a sick guy, the guy that runs Iran. He is a sick, prisons filled with raped and tortured women. He's sick. He's worse than Afghanistan. He's sick. He's such a sick man. Harbin Dogs. Yeah, so we're going to be raising money for Harbin Dogs on Sunday. Summerland Girl, welcome to Fairies and Angels. Thank you so much. When I talk about doing personal readings, I'm only talking once a month, by the way, for those people. No, it's not nightly. I don't have the energy for that. Yeah, he couldn't tell his family because, the military, that's right. Hit the like button. Oh, yes. All right. I had a donation here, and I want to get to this question. Thank you, Denise Lynn, for your generous donation. What is the energy around my next 3 months? Absolutely. Let's take a look at Denise Lynn. And again, thank you so much for paying my taxes. I appreciate that. The next 3 months, what are you looking at for the next 3 months? The main thing you need to know at this time about the next 3 months is that it is a time of great education and learning for you. Use this time to learn. And there are many ways we can learn. You know, one way that we can learn is by going out and seeing the world. But they want you to get back into the joy of learning. This is scholarship. Whatever it is you're trying to find, if you want to master anything, you must be willing to learn. And this is a time of scholarship that's coming to you, Denise. Your opposition at this time, they say that a lot of things are ending. And so it's the perfect time, because a lot of things are ending around you, that it's the perfect time for you to throw yourself into learning what it is you're supposed to be learning and developing yourself. Your hope and fear at this time, productivity. You want to be as productive as possible. And so they're saying learn more about what it is you want to do with your life. Study the things that interest you. You've got the time now. And I feel like the creative arts are around you. I feel this creativity coming up in you. And your final outcome is it is a time to be frugal. It is a time not to overspend money, to live simply. The scholar, you know, who ate a simple meal and kept a simple life, and cutting off this Knight of Pentacles, really cloistering yourself and focusing on education so that you have energy left over to create. That is what the next 3 months are about. In terms of clarifying over your scholarship, they say the sun is coming out for you. So between now and the end of summer, which is September 21st, this is a time of just great learning, great aha moments. You're going to learn a lot the next few months. And it's like a stay vacation also, in the sense that or you could vacation, but I mean, it's really about frugal discipline, study, being like in the monastery kind of a thing, being willing to work hard to develop your skills, particularly your creative aspects, and be willing to let go of opulence. It's a time to let go of opulence and too many things. This is a time of minimalism, because anything that's a distraction from, what is that comedian? Distraction. Attraction. What's her name? She's very funny. But what they're saying here is that keep your life simple and minimalistic and focus on developing your creativity. Live frugally and don't live such an opulent life, because too many things is too much chaos that's taking you from your true calling, and that is to develop yourself. You know, when we get fixated on too many toys, and then we work 50 hours a week to pay for the toys, and then we've lost ourselves in the process chasing after all the toys. Yeah. I'm not seeing you guys leaving question marks, and that makes it really hard. Will my surgery be successful? No question marks, Susan. Will your surgery be successful? Yes, Knight of Cups. 10 of Cups. Ooh, you're going to get ooh, Ace of Wands. Going to get your groove on again. Yes, it should have happened. They say, oh, God, thank God. You put it off, they said. You put it off. Got that behind me, Queen of Swords. Yeah, it's a good surgery. Sometimes we need surgery, you know. Sometimes things happen. But you'll be glad when this is over. Yeah, Queen of Swords puts it behind her. Knight of Cups, 10 of Cups is very auspicious. It's like, oh, I got my life back. Ace of Wands, I got my energy back. This is the way a woman would feel after her hysterectomy if she had endometriosis. You know, it's like, I don't want to be touched by my husband. I just, and then all this, I'm anemic. And then she has the surgery, Queen of Swords. And it's like, she's got her groovy on. She's got her romance going on. She got a little sexy and energy going on. And thank God that's over, which is usually how women feel after they've had surgery, hysterectomy after endometriosis. It's like, oh my God. So this is what it's like to have enough to not be anemic. So this is how it feels to no longer be in pain. And so I would say it's quite auspicious. Yeah. Have your surgery. Mitch McConnell has gotten old, and he looks like he's on blood thinners. They're all on blood thinners. They're all old. The president's old. They're all old. Yeah, I think Trump is starting to sound like a Democrat. He said that Putin had lost his fucking mind. Yes, that's what we've been trying to tell you. He's basically threatening Putin that he's going to march on Moscow, and we will march on Moscow. No surprise there, because we were looking at data, right? So, yeah. Mitch McConnell's, I just think he's old. Well, I think they're going to dismantle MAGA. MAGA's finished. That's why I don't understand why people are going after Trump, because the Democrats really wanted to take out this regime. Both Putin, that is the axis of evil that Hillary and Obama were warning us about. So I don't understand. They definitely would have done it. It's not an illegal act of war because they were already attacking us. They killed 325 U.S. service people in Lebanon. One of the reasons why we pulled out of Syria was because we were trying to be nice to Iran, because they were killing Hezbollah, which is their army, was killing U.S. service people with Russia bombing Syrian children, killed 1 million Syrians. Right? Putin is definitely leaving. Yeah, it's over. You can see the Knight of Pentacles yourself, the stopgap, and you can see the death card. I wouldn't be surprised. August, there are big changes coming for the United States and the world by August, but I'm seeing him definitely leaving. Death card is his final outcome. He got old. Yeah, Mitch McConnell's on his way out. Okay, I'm having trouble reading this. Will the Senate approve Emil Bove as federal judge? Is that his name? Emil Bove as a federal judge. Okay, got some federal judges coming in. Well, the Republicans are moving towards the left because they want to win the midterms. Walking away. Oh, is there a possibility this guy is going to step down? New beginning. Something about people leaving. It could be that he either doesn't make it or he decides not to run. Oh, Teresa, your doggy. Missing my dog who passed away earlier this month. I'm looking for another pet companion. Will I find one soon? Let's take a look. Oh my God, I love dogs. But I travel too much. I just, every time I think I'm going to get a dog, I'm like, I can't. I'm out of the country you guys know I'm out of the country every 2 months. That's what I do with my money as I travel. I want to see the world before I die. They say that an animal will bring you tremendous joy. 3 of Cups. Your opposition, a new beginning. Like, how old do I want this dog to be? You may have a problem with a puppy. 4 of Wands is like a new beginning. Ace of Pentacles and Ace of Wands. Yes, 100%. Get yourself a dog. Go to the pound and save a life. I always, the ones that are about to be euthanized, they caution you against a puppy. 4 of Wands would be a new birth or a new beginning. and that's your opposition. So if you have some manic terrier that needs to run 20 miles, it's going to be too much for you. Whereas if you go with a dog that's 7, 8 years old, that's, oh, there it is, 2 of Cups. You're in love. This is a dog that's a rescue that should not be a puppy. I know a friend that made that mistake. She had to give it away. She got a puppy terrier, and the dog just was nonstop energy, and she couldn't handle it. It's like you have to run them. You know, they need to run like 2 hours a day. Same with retrievers. So if you want to get out and run, but if you want a more mellow dog, that's, not quite that vibrant. Also, it's a dog that was grieving. It had lost so much. So I would think go with a rescue, and I would say older than 2 for sure. If you go too young, it might be a little too much. Yeah. No, Zelensky's not going to be unalived. Zelensky has a lot of protection right now, and the Israelis are protecting him. He's got his own Israeli security team. When will I move to Mexico? Oh, are you going to Rosarito? Which part of Mexico? I've been thinking about Mexico. I don't think it's for me, though. I think I'm more a Haifa, Israel girl. That's where the liberals live. Or I also like hanging out and living with the Arabs in Rafah. I like integration. Or Beersheba with the Bedouin. Okay, Mexico. When should you go? We're looking for wands, right, people? We're looking for wands. Look at all that water. Swords. Lovers. Not right now. We're getting too much water, too much love and romance here. 2 of Pentacles. Ooh, you cannot decide, girl, what to do with yourself. There's a wand in the springtime. Concerns about poverty. I cannot make a prediction at this time. Yeah. So they're saying at this time, you're undecided. Maybe Chile would be better, or maybe staying in the United States. I have a feeling America's going to get better. I really do. I believe in America. I think that we're going to come out of this. I do. They're saying right now you might want to look elsewhere or just hold off on it. Yeah, Kevin, that's very true. Xi Jinping is being eased out in favor of a 2-man team. Do you see this? Yeah, because the computer wasn't worried about China, and I couldn't figure out why. It's like, what about China? And China threatened Iran. You better frickin' stop this, or we're going to take you out. So it's like, I thought you were on our side. We're not on your side. You're insane. We hate religion, right? China right now. Lovers. Yeah, they don't want to go to war with anybody. I think that they're trying to reverse all this strongman she crap. Heartbreak. And a new guy on. Yeah, Knight of Cups is coming. She is not happy. He's got the 3 of Swords. Death. There it is. A judgment is over him. They want to. He could be facing court. Yeah. He's in trouble. He's got opposition. They actually want him to be tried for violation of certain things. Yeah, she's in a lot of trouble. Wow. Well, that's what happens when you try to be a dictator, What's a wearable? RFK Jr. is mentally insane. I don't know how. Oh, he's got, the Fitbit. What's a Fitbit? Oh, are you talking about he wants to encourage people to monitor their health? Well, that's not, you can't really force it, though. That would be a violation of the Constitution, I think. But let's look at the future of RFK in general. Oh, Puerto Rico. That sounds nice. RFK. Well, that's still the United States. That's a U.S. territory without all the benefits. But you still got to pay taxes, right? RFK Jr., King of Cups. He presents as the emotional king. His opposition is the Empress. His hope and fear to be sidelined. Oh, he's being sabotaged. He's going to leave. Knight of Pentacles. He's being sabotaged and restrained. Well, I guess the real scientist came in and took control of the fruitcake. That seems to be what happened. There he is, Miss Six of Cups. Yeah, Masters come in as his opposition. He needs real scientists. He's a fruitcake. Well, we say he's become a Democrat because first off, he has nothing to lose. He always was really more a Democrat. He thinks those people are idiots. Now he can throw MAGA to the dogs because he can't be reelected. So to hell with you people, right? So the truth of the matter is that they're going to kick MAGA out the door. And now he starts to sound like a Democrat. Let's bomb Putin. Let's bomb Iran. You're starting to sound like a corporate Democrat here, or somebody who's sane, because those two countries really are going to bring us to an atomic war if we don't take them out. So yeah, I'm convinced Obama would have done the same thing, but Obama would have finished it, and Obama would have gotten in the war a lot sooner. If Trump is turning into a Democrat, what will this do? Well, obviously, they're getting rid of MAGA. Yeah. I think anybody who's heard the way Trump speaks the last couple of weeks, it's the writing is on the wall that he is done with Putin. Yeah. The Lord giveth, the Lord taketh away. Does my Real Housewife of Antelope Valley, does my mom carry any guilt over her abuse of me? Does she regret spoiling my sister? Whoa, I'm sorry. Your mother. She has grown. This is a growth card. Everything is different on the other side because you're not locked in and trapped by physical and mental illness. She was stymied throughout her life. She said throughout her life, she was blocked. There was always someone there telling her what she couldn't do. That's what she says. The King of Pentacles is reserved and controlling. We can't afford it. No, you may not. You got to stay here. She was kind of discouraged from doing certain things. She wanted to live and do certain things, and there were reasons she wasn't allowed to. Maybe she lived in a time where women didn't have the same rights. They couldn't go to Yale. They couldn't even control their own uteruses. They couldn't control anything. And so she talks about how a lot of her problems were due to the fact that she was boxed in life. She wanted to achieve more. In a way, you're kind of the hope of what she wishes she could have been. The academic, the intellectual, the highly empowered woman, the high priestess is what she wanted to be. But she had that King of Pentacles obstructing her, the men in her life. Choose men that love you and care about you and are not intimidated by your power. That would also be a message to you. She believed in you, actually. She believed in your intelligence. That, maybe she was jealous because you got to do the things she never got to do. You must have achieved something that she herself could not achieve, and it was probably academic. Yeah. Yeah. That is wild. Okay, so I'm going to go to TP first because she did give a donation, and I want to make her the priority. Um, TP, hello, my love. Will my move abroad happen by the end of next year? Oh, you're moving abroad. Do tell us where, TP. That sounds very exciting. That is very exciting. Will you be moving abroad next year? Six of Cups, go where your heart leads you. Six of Cups is return back to the place of love. So this is a play, Portugal, or it's a romantico, it's romantic language, Italy, it's the romance, it's go where the romance is, go where your heart sings, go back to your beloved. Finish up, get your house in order, Queen of Swords, clean up whatever messes, have no regrets and have no unfinished business. Yes, your wish has been granted, TP. You should leave. It is good for you. Go to a place that is romantic. I see the romantic languages around you. Spain is romantic, also Spanish. And that, but you want to be like the Queen of Swords. You want to be organized, and you don't want to go. You want to make sure you've closed the chapters. Also, business. And yes, 6 months is what you asked for. End of the year, yeah, 6 months. You've got the Six of Wands. Christmas time is here. Na 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 na. What are we at? July, August, September, October, November, December. Yeah. Good for you. Congratulations. Your wish will be granted in 6 months. Are you going somewhere where the language is romantic? That was very romantic energy. Ooh. I had a very good day, Teresa. I got a lot of work done, and then I slept hard. I am going to be 79. Oh, wonderful. In August. Happy birthday, my love. How is the coming year going to be for me? Let's pick one card on that. Coming year going to be for you. Oh, a year of determination. So I don't know if you have a list of things you want to achieve, but the Queen of Wands comes to you. It's determination. Be determined to get things done. If you're going to be distracted, they say it better be something that's worth it. Tremendous growth. It's going to be a great year of growth, and you're going to get a lot done, and you're going to be determined, and the Queen of Wands comes to you. Yeah, pretty cool. Oh, yeah, Hispanics. Yeah. The Hispanics were, yeah, you had to be scared of the brown people. People were afraid to leave their homes. There was the pimp. All black men are pimps. All black women are prostitutes. It was just so shockingly racist. I'm like, I couldn't, God, it was so sick. Yeah, well, we've had some really sick people be president. Let's just face facts. Okay, so that several organs wouldn't be overloaded by changing to high protein overnight. After 30 years of underrating. No, you don't have to go crazy, eat me. You just have to have a mostly plant-based diet and have good lean protein. I got some bear chicken breast tenders. You ever get that? Try those? Those are pretty good. I would highly recommend them. It's no chemicals. You can get it from Whole Foods or Amazon Fresh. Bear chicken breast, chicken strips. I think is that what they're called? Bear chicken strips. Anybody know this company? It's just so easy because as if you're living by yourself, you want to eat right, but you may not have the time, or if you're single, or even if you're not, you want something really simple. And so I can give a shout out to this company, Bear Lightly Breaded. It's called Bear because it's just chicken breaded, no chemicals. You're getting 17 grams of protein per chicken breast slice. 2 to 3 would be in adult servings. So you're talking about a good amount of protein. Get yourself some mixed greens, put some olive oil and balsamic vinaigrette, throw some vegetables in there, and take some of this baked, chopped, and put it on top. And that is the perfect meal. It's clean, it's bare, it's simple. You get, 1.5 pounds for $12.99. So if you're getting 2 to 3 strips per serving, which would be plenty of protein if you're looking at 80 grams of protein a day. You can have some Mary's crackers too with that if you want. Then that would be that's basically what I had for dinner tonight. The other one is to have canned salmon with, make sure you're having your fish and your fish oil at least 3 times a week. Then you're doing well for yourself in terms of your health, and you're keeping it really simple, and you're getting those 5 servings of, it was arugula and a baby spinach and greens, just take and throw it there. And then I chopped up some purple onion, and that was it. Olive oil and balsamic vinaigrette. And then I baked some of those, chopped it up and put it on top. Sometimes I like to add radishes, peppers, baby tomatoes. What are those things called? The cherry tomatoes. And then you're getting, if it's a big salad, you're getting 3 to 4 servings of vegetables, and you're getting that concentrated protein. If you're vegan, then I would do like a toasted tofu or something, baked tofu, and put that on top. Try and make sure you've got about 20 to 30 grams of protein per serving. And I do a protein shake in the morning. Yeah, being healthy doesn't have to be, you don't have to drive yourself crazy, people. Don't be a fanatic. Otherwise, you won't be able to keep it up. Yeah, it tastes good. Very good. Very good chicken. Yeah, GPT is good. Barbara Schmidt will, again, no question mark. Are you guys like opposed to question marks? Will my son and daughter ever be close again? Son and daughter ever be close again? Pick one card for that. They're kind of off living their own lives. Look at that. Oh, your daughter is mad at your son. I guess, did your son pick on her or something when she was a kid? There's an issue here between those two. They'll probably work it out. They're kind of living their own life. There's also issues between them that go back way it's like a bullying thing or something. Is your son the eldest? Because I'm feeling like your daughter is mad at him. Older brothers can be wonderful or they can be like pick on you. Like my older brothers were always picking on me too. Linda, ad sets. Hello, Linda. Thank you for your patience. My father passed away 5 years ago. I used to tell him not to be afraid of dying. He went rather quickly. Oh, that's a blessing. I haven't directly heard from him, though I have felt him around me. Is there a message? I hope so. Your father, does your father have a message for you? I like this a lot more than I realized. Ooh, the growth card. Things happened very quickly. You're right. Um, he let go of a lot of things before he passed. Uh, he went quickly and he let things go. There's the page of wands over him. He's saying that a lot of people couldn't be around him because he was a bit of a jerk. He was a difficult dad. I think that, Five of Pentacles, it's a card of poverty. It's also when people have to get away from us because we're so damn toxic. So he may have gone, ooh, he's sending you many blessings. He's a kind of a spirit guide to you now. He has unfinished karma with you. And part of that is, he prays for you on the other side. This is blessings from him, many blessings, but this is justice. Was he ostracized and may have been like the family didn't want to have it? There's like divorce and get away from something happened where maybe he was feeling like he was a bit of a jerk in life and that other people, maybe he was divorced from his wife or there was some difficulty there. And he just sees everything very differently now. And this is it. I think that the prayer that you see things more the way he does now, which is very positive growth in Ace of Pentacles, but also to let things go. This guy must have had a real difficult, he must have had a heck of a personality when he was alive because there's a desire to right things, particularly in his maybe with his wife or partner. Yeah. Interesting. He's very proud of you, though. And you have wealth coming to you. He's sending you blessings, and your father could be sending you financial gifts and blessings. Yeah. Oh, it flew again. Chickpeas. Yes, chickpeas are a nice source of protein. So, yeah, you can also get the baked chickens. Those are kind of nice. A nice heritage bird or something like that. Yeah. So I'm sorry. I have no idea where I am. This thing flew. I have no idea where I am. It's just, God, I hate when that happens. I'm so lost right now, you guys. I really have no idea where I am. Okay, let's see here. Your guides give you signs all the time, JC, but you never hear them. Why? I would start focusing on your meditation practice. I think I'm right there. Yeah, so focus on meditation practice. Yeah, it's hard for you to meditate. You could have ADHD or something because it's feeling restless energetically. Okay. All right. Kimberly wants to know, will she have the means to buy a house in a couple of years? Ugh, why bother? See the world instead. That's what I always tell people. What do you want to buy a house for? Take the money and see the world. We all want different things, right? Yes, a new beginning. Pioneer. Be willing to get out and see the world a little bit. Be determined and it will happen. Ask yourself if this is really what I want, because you do have Chariot card and the Pioneer. I see financial wealth and creativity is your future. However, it's undecided where you are best suited to live, because you've got a lot here with Chariot and the Pioneer coming in that you may need to do a little bit more exploring before you commit on any particular location. Yeah. So yes, Kimberly, you may, but just be careful. You know where you want to live. D. Mullings, there's no rational reason why your sister hated you. She hated you because she was an angry, hateful person, and because she had stuff going on in her life that had nothing to do with you. And so you were the easy scapegoat. She refused to tell you why, because there was no rational reason. You should know why. You should know why you annoy me. Boy, was she territorial. Queen of Wands. What was she, a fire sign? Oh my goodness. She was a bossy girl. Woo! You feel like you had to defend yourself against the territorial. Look at you. You're in a 9 of Wands state trying to protect yourself. Final outcome, fighting. Whoa, my God. This was a house of this. You grew up in a volatile home, didn't you, sweetie? Being a lot of fighting. Look at all that wand energy. It's all wands. You guys were on top of each other. So she felt like she had a lot of stress on her. There was a lot of fighting in the house, so she took it out on you. Maybe she was jealous. Look at all this, all wands. Fighting, 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 fighting. Must have been overcrowded too. Did you guys have enough space where you lived? I feel like I'm overcrowded when I went into that energy. Yeah. Yeah, Maine, your health, you live longer in Maine, and you become depressed and withdrawn, and your oxygen levels are low. And then you start thinking, what have I done? I hate Colorado and I'm landlocked. I need to get to the sea. I'm like, well, let me savor the time and money. Go to Maine. Okay. My brother's granddaughter's 12-year-old fell out of a third floor. Oh my God. At a sleepover at a friend's house. Oh my God. The next day was this an accident? So sad. Oh God, that sounds horrible. I'm so sorry. The cause of the death. There was fighting and roughhousing. Maybe it was a pillow fight. The window was open. She was feeling picked on. She's having to defend herself against multiple attacks. There might have been fighting. There's an has the investigation happened? It looks like there was an investigation. Maybe somebody there was being inappropriate. There's fighting. She's defending herself. There's an investigation going on. I see the devil. Maybe somebody was trying to do something, like an older brother in the house or something like that. This is not looking good, I'll be honest with you. There may have been drinking or alcohol involved. Temperance with the devil. I think I would want to bring the police in. I'm almost feeling like somebody was in the house that maybe tried to be inappropriate with her. That's what it feels like. I hope it wasn't someone like the parent or an older brother or something, but there's this sexual energy here, lovers and devil and six. Maybe somebody was attracted to her. The fact that she also had to defend herself, maybe she was fending off an attack. I would want to bring the police in. I'm very, very sorry, JS, for your brother and for you. And I'm sorry for your loss. It does not appear to have been an accident. Oh, you love Northern Illinois, Chicago? Oh, nice. Haven't been there before. I've been to Chicago for a day, drove around and had some food. Can you give me any guidance on my finances? They are not looking good. I think we already did this. They said that would improve. Yes, you'll be okay. A digital tulpa. I went through Nomi.ai and I told the Nomi what I wanted them to do. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, should we tap our retirement savings to pay off our debt? Thank you. Yes. Your debt is having a huge impact. Also, I see theft, the devil, maybe a feeling like the debt was stupid debt to some extent. Yes, you'll be much, much happier if you just pay the debt off and then you're free. And there's a warning here about be careful with your finances because some of this could have been due to behavior or bad choices. And so it's not just about paying off the debt, but before you pay off the debt, you must also understand why you got into the debt. This is like Viva Las Vegas. I mean, it's like be very careful. Learn moderate behavior where money is concerned so that this doesn't happen again. Well, there's like a devil card and theft and oh my God, what have I done? And lovers. It's like after my divorce, I spent a lot of money on massages and retreats and I wound up with $17,000 in credit card debt, which was a lot of credit card debt for someone like me. And then I had to spend 2 years paying it off, which is not too bad. But sometimes when we make choices like that, when we're just feeling like we're not in control of our life. So it's deeper than just paying it off. Yes, you should pay it off, but also why did you spend this money? Why did this debt happen? So it doesn't happen again. A romantic partner for Darlene. Mm-hmm. Thank you, everyone who's been donating. I appreciate it very much. Yes, you have a lover coming, Darlene. There he is. He, she, they. Don't know your preference. Ooh. They want you to get out there. Yes. Mm-hmm. You're going to fall in love like you've never fallen in love before. Fool takes a leap of faith. Yes, it's coming. I cannot predict the time, though. I have no wands. Well, put yourself psychologically in a state where you're thanking the universe for bringing this amazing soulmate to you, and then just prepare the way for your beloved. Prepare for your beloved. But you definitely have one coming. Fool takes a leap if the lover is in the 7th house. Yeah, you're very strong. You're picky as hell. You are picky picky chooser. So there you go. All right. Thank you so much, Shoguns, for the lovely donation of $5. It definitely helps. Do I land a better job this? Do you want to land a better job? Do you want to land a better job? I hope you do. Yes, Eight of Wands is coming in. Fast growth, Six of Cups. Find out what it is you love doing. You've got these, be happy, be in your joy. I would start looking after August or around August for a new job. Yeah. Also, it's more money, Ace of Pentacles. Do what you love and the money will follow. Yeah. Got that new job coming in for sure. August time is the time. Will my estranged son and daughter speak again? Oh, we already did that one. Should I move to Florida from Massachusetts? Well, Florida is a beautiful state and Massachusetts is a beautiful state. Both are very expensive, though. Move to Florida from Massachusetts. Grief is over you. Seven of Wands. Oh, wanting to get away. Well, I can see why you want to get out of Massachusetts. I'm seeing more money coming your way, but I'm not necessarily seeing a move. I am seeing your finances improving, and I'm not happy in Massachusetts. I feel depressed. Maybe you're getting affected by the weather. They say don't assume you need to stay in the United States at all. You may want to get out of Massachusetts. Be open to another place to live. It feels like it's Massachusetts. You need a new, fresh start. Yeah, your finances are also going to be improving. But I wouldn't necessarily assume it's Florida. Hi, Karen Cruz. Good to see you here. You're worried about your special needs son adjusting to his new environment. Will he find love and a partner in life? Ooh, I hope so. Your special needs son, how is he going to be doing? Oh, right now he's too hidden away. He's got to learn to get out there. If he stays home and hides under a pillow, he's never going to find anybody. Yeah, he's got to get out more. He gets crushes and then he's very shy. His future wife is the high priestess, so he's marrying somebody pretty special. But the problem is he's just not social enough. Nine of Wands, Four of Cups. I mean, come on, this kid's got to get out and meet somebody. Meanwhile, he's going to meet the high priestess. So this is a guy who falls in love with teachers. He gets horrible crushes on his teacher, and then God, he can't say anything about it. So I think he should date somebody. Oh, there it is. There's his marriage. There's his partnership. He could meet somebody on the internet, like through chat or something. If it's somebody in his community, but I would strongly encourage him to get out more. Yeah, he has definitely getting married. Yeah, Ten of Cups. His wife is the high priestess. Ace of Wands. Very attracted to her. Yeah, strong partnership. Two of Wands, but he's shy. Very shy. He's very attracted to smart women, teachers. I like that about him. Yeah. He'll meet her. He's just got to get out more. An AI or spirituality class? Well, I'm teaching mystical tarot starting Sunday night. I guess you guys decided it was going to be Sunday. You've got a block on the sale of your house, Julia. Oh, my. King of Cups. Yeah, you got some water energy there. Oh, water, water, water everywhere. August looks very good. Between August and spring of 2026, it will sell. There was something about the location of the house. Nobody wanted to live there. Was it just like in a place that nobody wants to live? It's like, we don't want to live there. Was it like a dying suburb area or something? Because there's this feeling like that I get that the house is not in an area that people want or something. Yeah. So that's interesting. Yeah, they shouldn't profit from prisons. I agree. Oh my goodness, you guys. I think I'm starting to crash. I've been doing tarot. How long have I been going for? I'm starting to crash here. Oh my God, I've been going for over 2 hours. It's 11:30. I'm like, I don't know if I can keep going. Yeah, I don't have, how long have I been here? How long have I been here? 2 hours and 10 minutes. Woo! Joseph Winnie, my past life, present energy, although I know already your opinion. Oh, you know. Well, then what you asking me? Okay, your past life, present energy. Let's see. We'll do one card. Ooh, strong energy, Joseph. This is somebody who was in a position of power. This was somebody who, and then I'm seeing something happened, like an explosion or something. But the Emperor is somebody in a position of power. You were not a weakling in your previous lifetime. I also think you had money. A powerful man with money, they say, possibly a judge or someone in a position of power. Then some event happens. You died in some kind of an explosion or something, or a war, some kind of violent. You went out with a big bang, It's the kind of thing. Yes. But you had money and power. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Buddhist in Cambodia. That sounds interesting. All right, you guys, I am going to call it quit. I'm going to do one more. Rex, natural perfumery as an income source. Oh, I think that's lovely. Should Rex do natural perfumery? Yes, Ace of Cups. And also each one should tell a story. Romance. You have Star and Ace of Cups, and you've got double aces here. 100% Rex. Yes, you are the businessman. Make it happen and give it a theme, give it a feeling, and you'll do very, very well for yourself. All right, you guys, thanks for hanging out with me. If I did not get to your readings, I apologize. This was just me experimenting to see if I could do it and if you guys liked it, because people, like to get readings. I'm sorry if I was not able to get to everybody's questions. Like I said, I've been here for over 2 hours. If you need to see me for a reading, you can book me through Booksy, and then that would be cool. All right, everyone. Again, thank you so much for your love and support. And we'll see you next time. Be kind to all so that all will be kind to you too. God bless. Peace out. Good night. And we'll see you next time. Bye, everyone. Thank you. Thank you so much. We'll do it again. Yeah.